There's always a reason. There's always a reason why something happens, right? Yes. One of our moms in a newsletter quotes Hitler. Woo! I stand with that mom.
At this point, Moms for Liberty should rebrand themselves to Moms for the Big H, if you know what I mean, especially if they're going to cozy up to and promote bigots like this.
When you went down to the school board to defend your children against the filth, let me say that word again. Where's the camera that I'm speaking? Is there a camera back there? When these moms went to defend their children against this filth that these so-called educators were trying to feed them, the Attorney General of this nation had the unmitigated gall to call you domestic terrorists.
The quote, filth this reported black Nazi is referring to is school districts, teachers, counselors, and other educators simply recognizing the existence and humanity of the LGBTQ plus community and LGBTQ plus youth.
As far as I'm concerned, the one that is feeding pornography to children, that is the criminal and the domestic terrorist. Why aren't you doing something about that?
Robinson went on this tirade during last year's Moms for Liberty Summit, and knowing what we know about him now, it's hard to think he's not engaging in some classic conservative projection, consciously or not. However, given what Moms for Liberty represents and the group's track record of fighting to destroy public education, it's no surprise why they promote some of the most hateful people in the country.
So I'm happy to see that these rogue superintendents who think, they're going to do whatever they want, whenever they want, are losing their jobs. So what I told you was going to happen is happening. And as you can see, I'm pretty excited about it. But the superintendent works for the school board, make no mistake. And so this superintendent wouldn't take direction. And if you're not going to take direction as a superintendent from your school board, then you're going to lose your job. And what we need right now, and I've said to you before, is more conservative educational leaders. So if you're out there and you're a teacher or you're an administrator somewhere, you need to start standing up for what you believe in. It's really important because I think very soon there's going to be a huge market open for you to be able to advance in your career.
Big H apologist and co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice, laid out the group's strategy plain as day. Capture local school boards, pack them with ultra-conservative stooges, strong-arm the district superintendent into caving to and implementing their bigoted demands, all culminating in book bans, anti-LGBTQ plus propaganda, open discrimination, and trauma suffered by students during their formative years.
You are the Thomas Paines, the Benjamin Franklins, the Margaret Corbins. We are in a fight for liberty. We are in a fight for the future of this country. It doesn't look like the fight 250 years ago, but make no mistake, this is a fight. America needs you right now. America needs courageous people. The price of liberty is eternal vigilance. May God bless the work all of you in this room are doing.
And rhetoric like this from fellow co-founder Tina Descovich conveniently justifies all of the hatred M4L spreads and is responsible for by using the same tactics Donald Trump uses.
Not a lot of book banning happening, right? And then all of a sudden, woo! What happened? Moms for Liberty was founded. That's what happened. Moms for Liberty claims that they're protecting our kids, but they're not. What they are protecting is white Christian nationalism. And anyone that doesn't fit into that narrative needs to be erased from any kind of existence.
Mom, TikToker, and activist Lindsay Patrick Wright spit facts about the sinister underlying intentions of the group implementing a Christian nationalist curriculum into publicly funded schools.
Moms for Liberty and the candidates that they endorse have eroded the hard-earned trust in our public schools and our public librarians. And they've done it through lies, through misinformation, through disinformation, through threats and name-calling.
And that was the plan all along. The Republican Party made the calculation that eroding trust in and destroying the public education system is the best strategy to preserve the party's future, so the wealthier, more educated crooks leading the party can continue to lie, cheat, and steal from their fellow Americans to enrich themselves and keep the con going, which brings us to the legend himself, Walter Masterson.
I came out here because Moms for Liberty is trying to take over a school board in this district. Arizona is ground zero for defunding public education. When I say defunding public education, I mean school choice, the voucher program. If you're not familiar with school choice, it's a fantastic way way to take money for public education and give it to people already sending their children to private school. That's it. That's all you need to remember. These people do not believe in public education, and they want to work in public education. Since it's JBH, their slogan is just be honest. And if they were just being honest, they would say, we don't believe in public education. We want all that money to go to private corporations.
Walter could not be more correct here. It always comes down to money and who is getting paid.
After last week's tragic school shooting, I wanted to help our school to protect our children by making a list of books we should ban, because if my child is going to barricade himself in the library, I want to make sure the book he is using as body armor isn't a law school textbook on critical race theory. Who here loves school choice? I love school choice. It is a fantastic way to divert money funding this school district and give it to parents who already send their children to private school. With school choice, our children can dream of going to an elite private school, and it will stay a dream, because once we subsidize private schools, they will have to raise tuition. That's how the free market works. And I can't think of a better way to raise our children than to subject them to the free market at an early age.
This is another brilliant, lesser-known aspect of the push for disingenuous school choice movement. Private and charter schools exist to generate a profit and attract wealthy, affluent families to secure long-term stability, and subsidizing private schools with public tax dollars is just another way to expand the wealth gap further and funnel even more money away from schools that the majority of taxpayers in an area attend and rely on. It's all a scheme for the rich to get richer under the guise of protecting our children.
In closing, let's stop giving our children a free education. Let's free our education by making it more expensive and worse. Thank you.
Be sure to check out the full video on Walter's channel in the description box below to see him talk to a Moms for Liberty advocate who spoke at the meeting, as well as a student, and her thoughts on the conservatives' renewed fight against public education. Also check out his work on TYT's own Rebel HQ. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, good night, Donald. Good night, Donald. There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
What he does, he secretly puts the marker on the end of the putter, and then he looks like he's marking it, but really, now the mark is 3 feet closer. That's a way easier putt.
He cheats a lot. That if you cheat at golf, you cheat at life. The saying goes for Donald Trump.